Can Burkina Faso be the largest producer of gold in Africa in some years to come? This will surely happen because of how the gold sector in Burkina Faso is progressing. Why do we say so? Burkina Faso has just retaken their gold mines from a British company said to be the largest miner in Africa. And guess what they did after retaking the mines? They immediately nationalized them. Is this the breakthrough Burkina Faso needs? Well, we are going to find out in this video. But before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the new tourist channel so you get updates on whatever is happening in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has struck a deal to nationalize the Bungu and Wagnian gold mines for about $80 million. London-listed Endeavour Mining had agreed last year to sell these mines to Lilium Mining for more than $300 million. The settlement follows controversy around governance at Endeavour in the wake of former chief executive, Sébastien de Montessus, being sacked at the start of the year for serious misconduct. For those who do not know about the Endeavour Mining Company, it is a gold producer that proliferated through a series of mine purchases and sales to become one of the London market's blue chip stocks, with a portfolio of 5 producing mines across Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and Senegal. As part of the deal Endeavour Mining had with Lilium Mining, the two companies will drop legal cases against each other. Why was there a case? Endeavour had initiated arbitration against Lilium in March due to missing payments, which then lodged a counterclaim a month later that alleged information was concealed and misrepresented about finances and operations at the two mines. In Endeavour's annual report released in March, the financial value of the Bungu and Wagnian mines at the close of the Lilium deal was estimated to be $285 million, but only $34 million had been received from Lilium as part of the transaction. The resolution was a boost for Endeavour, given that no further proceeds were expected to be recouped anytime soon. However, Endeavour said it would like to thank the government of Burkina Faso for its mediation efforts. Lilium and Burkina Faso's military leaders have not commented. The nationalization of these mines is part of an increasing trend in which African governments, particularly those ruled by military juntas, are seeking to take more authority over their natural resources. Why do you think Traore has decided to nationalize these mines? The goal of nationalizing major gold mines is to give the government more authority over Burkina Faso's natural resources. By taking this action, the government will make sure that a larger portion of the money made from gold mining goes toward helping the nation and its citizens, as opposed to mostly benefiting foreign interests. The nationalization of the mines is a component of a larger program to increase national income. The government will be able to invest more in infrastructure, healthcare, education, and other vital sectors that promote economic stability and national development if a bigger portion of mining profit stays in the nation. The mining sector in Burkina Faso has faced security challenges, including attacks by militant groups. This bold move by Traore will help implement security measures tailored to the national context, ensuring safer operations and reducing the risk of disruptions. Traore knows what he wants in his country and is doing whatever it takes to protect the gold mines. When we see Traore taking back gold mines in his country, does it make you reminisce about someone? It should. Muammar Gaddafi did something similar in Libya after taking power, and his country became one of the richest countries in the world. Gaddafi's government implemented policies to nationalize the oil industry shortly after he came to power in 1969. The regime took control of Libya's oil reserves and production facilities, which were previously operated by foreign oil companies. This nationalization process effectively gave the Libyan state control over the oil sector, though it did not involve the immediate seizure of existing foreign-owned operations, but rather restructured and renegotiated terms. Ibrahim Traore is following in the footsteps of Gaddafi. However, many hope this does not lead to his termination. Just this year, he has done a lot to secure the gold mines in his country. Bear in mind that Traore expelled all international gold mining companies that were abusing the nation's gold reserves. Captain Ibrahim was unable to comprehend Burkina Faso's continued status as one of the world's poorest countries, even with substantial gold deposits. He was aware that France, Burkina Faso's former colonial power, contributed to the country's inability to develop an independent gold industry by enforcing unfair trade agreements on the country during and after its independence. This ensured that France profited disproportionately from Burkina Faso's gold resources. Burkina Faso's native gold mining industry was not adequately supported by France, which instead promoted reliance on foreign technology and expertise that hindered the transfer of knowledge and skills to Burkina Faso citizens. This made it more difficult for the country to become a leader in gold mining and made it more dependent on outside actors. Understanding France's evil policy in the Sahel, Captain Ibrahim Traore made it his mission to free Burkina Faso from this trap. Since taking office, Captain Ibrahim Traore has decided to carry out his plans. In a dramatic and far-reaching move that sent shockwaves throughout Africa and beyond, the leader of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, announced the expulsion of all foreign mining companies operating in his country. This bold move was intended to reclaim control of the country's abundant gold resources. Directly affected industry titans like B2 Gold, Nord Gold, Endeavour Mining, Samafo, Fortness Silver Mines, and Hummingbird Resources are appending Western businesses used to plunder the continent's riches. Traore didn't stop with the expulsions. During times of high gold prices, he significantly changed mining restrictions, raising royalty fees. This action aimed to ensure that the Burkinabe people received a more equitable share of wealth, which was particularly important in the wake of mine closures brought on by security concerns after recent coups. However, the removal of Nordgold, a major Russian mining company that was regarded before as a key ally, cast doubt on allegations of favoritism. Traore asserts his right to self-determination and challenges the Western narrative that views African countries as cheap resource suppliers. Traore's action is a fight for sovereignty. His audacious move might encourage other African nations to take a similar stance and take charge of their own destiny. Burkina Faso's history has begun anew because of Traore's acts. The road ahead will be difficult, but his unwavering support for resource nationalism and national sovereignty has inspired hope throughout Africa. Under the resolute leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso is rewriting the history books by taking on the challenge of regaining control over its vast gold reserves and challenging the historical dominance of foreign corporations. You might think suspending these firms ended the transactions the West had with some gold suppliers in the country. However, this was not the case. Traore discovered that there were still other means by which gold could be transacted in the country. So, what did this brilliant man do? He suspended the issuance of export permits for artisanal and semi-mechanized gold and other precious commodities with immediate effect. Artisanal miners are individual miners or small groups who use traditional methods and tools to extract gold, often with limited technology and mechanization. They typically sold their gold directly to local traders or middlemen. Semi-mechanized miners employ some level of mechanization for extraction and processing, often using small machinery and equipment. They may have more formal structures and sell their gold to larger traders or export companies. So, there was still a possibility that they were selling gold to France. However, a statement that was released by the military leaders on February 20 said the suspension followed the need to clean up the sector and reflected the government's desire to better organize the marketing of gold and other precious substances. It further stated that mining groups with material to export were encouraged to get in touch with the National Society for Precious Commodities for payment. As of 2020, gold accounted for 37% of Burkina Faso's total exports, and mining is a major employer. However, in recent years, political unrest and a widespread Islamist insurgency have hampered exploration and reduced gold extraction, leading to the closure of certain mines and a reduction in production at others. 2 military coups were also instigated in 2022 due to frustration with the increasing insecurity. Traore is presently on hot seat because of the terminations that terrorists recently carried out in the country, which took the lives of about 300 persons and left close to 140 seriously wounded. These terminations could lead to decreased gold production and exports, impacting the national economy and government revenue. Why do we say so? This is because most of the people working in these mines are Burkinabés, and they are frightened by what is happening in the country. Some fear for their lives. Traore nationalizing these mines could spark another attack again on civilians. However, this won't be happening. We should note that many of the continent's nations are stuck in cycles of dependency and poverty due to the huge profits that Western firms have made on Africa's resources. Traore's initiatives are part of a growing trend among African leaders who are demanding a more equitable sharing of their riches that goes beyond the immediate financial benefits and challenging the notion that their continent is merely a source of cheap resources. By nationalizing these mines, Traore challenges the narrative that sees African nations as cheap suppliers of resources and claims his right to self-determination. This will also end the disputes that these mines have been having in the past years. Traore is waging a struggle for sovereignty. His bold action might inspire other African countries to adopt the same attitude and take control of their fate. Do you believe Traore is on the right path with the gold mines in his country? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.